Welcome everyone to the ProfileTree Podcast. I'm Rella, and today I'm joined with Kadisha and Emer to tackle one of the biggest questions in digital marketing right now. Is AI our friend or foe? So, artificial intelligence has transformed how we create, market, and communicate, but everyone has their own opinion on the use of AI. So, today we're going to be exploring both sides, how AI is helping and where it might be causing harm. So, let's start with the positives. What do you see as AI's biggest strengths in marketing?
So overall, AI has transformed a lot in a very short amount of time, especially from a website perspective, how we build and how we manage. Before, creating a website was a very long process. There was the designing aspect, then there was actually coding it, then there was marketing, and all of that took weeks, sometimes even months. But now we have this wide range of AI-powered platforms like Wix AI, Durable, and Framer, just to name a few of the popular ones, that they can generate pages, select color palettes, even write SEO-friendly copy as well within a matter of minutes, really. For content, AI has become everyone's kind of secret weapon, basically, this kind of copywriter to help with product descriptions, blog drafts, and create full landing pages as well. So I would say the biggest strength that AI has given to a lot of people would be speed and efficiency, but also it takes away that steep learning curve, especially when you think about websites, someone who is coming from a place where they don't have a lot of technical background and the idea of creating a website themselves just seems really foreign and difficult. But then the AI kind of helps take away that kind of aspect where they can create a website that is tailored to their own branding, their color palettes, but looks and showcases exactly what they want to showcase. So speed and efficiency, but then also just easier user experience when it comes to building and managing a website would be the two biggest ones.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So, I know Emer on your side, you're mainly working with support. So, I know this is completely different from what Kadisha's doing in terms of what you're doing. So, I kind of want to see your sort of area of work. How does AI normally work for your department? Does it really help you or?
Yeah, so in the commercial side of things, it really benefits our clients in that most of the projects that we would deal with are either new websites, so web development, or we would do SEO and strategy. So a lot of what both of those things contain is content writing. So be it if it's backlinking or guest posts for our SEO clients, or if it's blog writing, or if it's even just writing all of the content for your new website if you're a new web client. We definitely encourage our clients to use AI to kind of help them pull together all of their content, to pull together maybe like a keyword strategy, to look at the target keywords that they need to be using in all of their content. We definitely try to manage their expectations though, because I think when clients become aware, that we utilize AI with some of our content, it can sort of have a negative connotation at times where, people think it can be done in 5 minutes, or they think maybe the content mightn't be as high of quality. But it's important to note that, especially when we're using AI, it's not entirely AI, it's AI assisted. We would do a lot of our content that will help us kind of get a structure using AI. But then the person writing the content will go in, they will add in all of the human experience, and they'll add in all of the facts. It'll also be fact checked. They'll just add in some of their own content as well. And that's what makes it truly good content. So for us, it's super important just to kind of manage our expectations with how much AI can do for you. But it's also important to note that we still need the creativity of the person writing it to kind of go and add their own flair to the content as well. It's definitely helpful as well with clients who've maybe come to us for help with their social media. Obviously AI can help you gather together a content calendar. It can help with different automations in terms of scheduling on your socials and things. But again, it is important to kind of utilize human experience where you can check to make sure that everything is correct that you've used AI for, making sure that all your posts are going out. So yeah, it's a little bit of both. We would definitely encourage people to use it, but they definitely need to be checking everything that they're using AI for as well, just to make sure it's got all the facts correct.
I agree. That's the thing I like to see with some of the clients that I have had. It's a good point that you made there about creativity. A lot of people think that, oh no, that's it, creativity's gone. Like we have to solely rely on AI. ChatGPT is going to come up with a lot of new content for me. So yeah, no, you're not wrong in saying that. Where it doesn't take away creativity because it still needs a human in order to get an output. Without that, it's used as an expansion tool. I like to say. So, Kadisha, kind of just want to know, going back into a little bit of the website here, what would be the process or the use of AI? I know that you've mentioned about Wix and Durable and stuff, but for a beginner, how would it normally work?
So a lot of these AI builders, they work pretty much the same way. So if we take something like Framer AI or Durable, you can build full pages just from a single prompt. So for example, create a website for a bakery in London. Now, the way that some of these would work is they would ask you several things. So with Wix AI, they'll ask you about, who your target audience is. Are you selling anything physical? Are you booking services? Or are you wanting to offer service booking appointments, things like that? And they'll ask you if you have any existing like color palettes that you want to use and just find out about yourself and your business. And that's kind of a key thing when it comes to using any kind of AI platform, whether that's ChatGPT, Claude, or even image generators, is that you want to give it as much context as possible. The more information you give it about yourself, what your business is, what your goals are, it tailors ChatGPT, Claude, whatever it is that you're using to a more personalized answer. And having something, a bit more generic, like create a landing page for my hairdresser website, it gets very generic. The more kind of concise that you make it, the more kind of context that you give it, and the more accurate and more tailored the results will be. It can also help sort of autofill kind of placeholder copy and optimize it for SEO as well. So before, when we were in the designing stage of a website, for example, if they wanted to fill in text to show where text would go, it would just be your generic kind of lorem ipsum, whatever content. But now with the AI, they'll use content that they'll generate themselves based on whatever information you've given it to fill in content about maybe like a about section or like a new product section, things like that. So it's a bit more tailored to yourself as well. Just building on what Emer said, it can't replace human creativity. So even with websites, you want to make sure that whatever it comes up with, it makes sense and it's accurate to what it is as well. The good thing about a lot of these AI builders as well is that they're editable. So if you're not happy with a piece of content that is written, if you're not happy with a section that is added onto your website, you can remove them, you can replace them, you could add on to it as well. That's with some of the popular ones that are out there. So it's great for streamlining that process of having your own website, having some place where you can signpost people to say, hey, look at our website, this is what we offer. But definitely something that you need to double check in terms of like the content it comes up with as well. And always just give it as much information as possible. And that's where how a lot of these builders kind of will prompt you to write about, what your goals are, what kind of functionality that you want on your website. And it'll take all of that information and create you a website that's tailored to your needs and your goals as well.
Good to hear. So, from what I'm getting from both of you guys, is that AI is a very, very helpful tool. So, we shouldn't really see it as a foe, but we should always work with it as best as we can. Obviously, whenever you're generating content, let's just say for social media, that's why you have the likes of ChatGPT, you've got Claude, you've got Gemini. There's several different platforms there that I always like to say have their own personality. Each are tailored to any sort of idea that you might have. I suppose another thing is kind of want to just discuss this a wee bit. There's a lot of, let's just say, a sector of photographers scared about the visual creation. Kind of want to know what your input is, guys, because I'm thinking whenever you've got tools like Leonardo.ai using VEO3, I think that's the new technology that you use now for creating videos, which is pretty scary to say the least. And of course, you've got like Google Studio AI that can generate images. What do you guys think about how it's being used in a bad way?
Yeah, no, that's a real concern for some people, especially for photographers as well, who may feel with the rise of image generators, where does that place them? And look, AI, right as it is now, it can't replace everything. So image generators, especially like Midjourney or DALL-E, things like that, they're great for generating like design concepts. They're great for hero banners, maybe to visualize a service or a certain vibe. But there's certain things that it just can't replace. Like, for example, fake team members of like customer photos or like team members, things like that, portfolio work that you didn't actually do, misleading visuals and like e-commerce, all of that AI can't replace. When you kind of showcase your real life work as a portfolio or actual products, that is still something that would, require like a photographer, would require like actual photography instead of AI image generation. You can still use AI within that. So like, for example, Canva's Magic Studio, you can use their AI editing tools as well to like blur backgrounds or fix certain parts of the image as well. So you can use AI in that way to maybe speed up the editing process. But there are some cases where, AI just won't be able to cut it. You still need to have actual images taken. You also notice even in like on social media as well, especially on TikTok, anything created with AI, it's labeled this image or this video contains AI, things like that. And it's because, people prefer it to be open, like we're using AI in this. and or like this social post has been labeled as AI generated, things like that. And sometimes you can really tell that it's AI generated. You don't need the label. And sometimes you can't. And I think that clarity is key, and just being really open when you're using AI, when you're not, and using it when it makes sense. So don't use it for like team photos or product photos, especially, or portfolio photos, but definitely use it to help speed up your editing process, or maybe create like brand visuals, maybe of like hero sections and things like that. Knowing when to use AI is also a key thing of how AI has kind of transformed how we work, because in some cases it won't fit. But you can use it to maybe speed up some aspects of it as well.
So, folks, there you have it. I mean, that is pretty much AI. What I'm getting, the overall feel I'm getting from this is don't fear the technology of using AI. It's about learning how to use it properly, understanding its strengths as well as its limits. And for the people who want to get the best results from AI, that's how you can stay a little bit more creative, expand on what you have originally. It's still your voice, it's still your idea and your story. So AI just helps improve it basically. So yes, thank you very much, guys. Kadisha, Emer. Thanks to everyone listening as well. Now, if you enjoyed this chat, make sure to follow ProfileTree Podcast on Spotify as well as on YouTube. And you can learn a little bit more on digital marketing and tools to help shape the future. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I'll see you later.